you think they bear any resemblance to us? For centuries, humans have been captivated, perhaps even obsessed, by the idea of extraterrestrial life. From ancient civilizations gazing at the stars to modern space exploration, the question of whether aliens exist and
every town has a dark side. Today we head to Del Mar, which is a hamlet in Bethlehem, New York, where we learn about Christopher Porco and how he killed his own father with an axe.
Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her father 40 whacks. Once she saw what she had done, she gave her mother 41.
TV, in a movie, or in the real world.
My grandma Ellen used to say that to me all the time.
Sociopathic character, then you can expect a tale that's fatally gruesome. For example, imagine a son killing his own parents, and the crime story becomes a unique case because the murder weapon isn't the predictable .45 caliber pistol or a razor-sharp knife, but instead a fireman's axe.
A fucking axe.
Not every home in Del Mar, New York may keep a fireman's axe, but the Porco family owned one.
Yep.
And in November of 2004, the heavy-edged cutting tool in the Porco household became a witness and symbol of an unforgivable evil committed by Christopher against his parents. He murdered his 52-year-old father and attempted to do the same to his 54-year-old mother. The unthinkable crime ended the 30-year marriage of Peter and Joan and started a 50-year ordeal with Christopher as a convicted criminal. Hi, I'm Andrew Fitzgerald, and you're tuned in to another episode of Every Town. Until now,
don't smoke cigarettes, kids.
The hamlet in the town of Bethlehem in New York is still rattled by the 2004 brutal crimes in the Porco home. What could have driven the family's youngest son, Christopher, to take away the lives of his father and almost that of his mothers? How can he live the rest of his life incarcerated, knowing that he has his father's blood on his hands? But this is also partly the story of Joan Porco, the mother inflicted with grave physical harm by her son.
Yeah, cigarettes ain't good.
She chose her unconditional love for him to triumph. It's the redeeming factor in this tragic story, which will surely pique your interest and stir your emotions.
Some of these comments already ain't making no sense. Like Dan, thumbs up, and Ayo America, cigarette. Oh my God, gun. Haha. I don't know what that means.
Christopher was a welcome addition on July 9th, 1983.
Yeah, I don't promote smoking at all. It's a nasty habit. It's not good. It's fucking my lungs up really bad.
They lived a comfortable life with Peter working as a state appellate division court.
I know it is. When I was incarcerated, I only smoked like a couple times a week when it would come around, and I had to have somebody watching. But what's up? How are you? But when I got out, I was able to just smoke when I want. And I feel like I thought I was catching up, making up for like last time or something, but it never stopped. And my girl said, hey, you're chain smoking. Every time you put one out, you light one up 15 minutes later. And I've been home for 11 months and I've been doing the same fucking thing the whole time. Definitely not good. I'm good though. I wonder, all these names, the 3 people who commented, I can't understand your names. Well, they're like, it looks like it's a different language. So I'm guessing you guys are from different countries, which is cool, but I don't know if it's doing that, if it's I don't know. I heard that it does show from different all over the world. You're in, different algorithms and whatnot.
Particularly, Christopher figured in cases of burglary and the family's telephone home. He was 19. He stole his parents' Macintosh and Dell laptop computers.
But yeah, I'm good. I'm just chilling,
July 21st,
thinking about doing a little workout.
While he was home for the college summer break, he stole another laptop computer, which he sold on eBay. 2 years later, at 5, the gadget was retrieved by the Bethlehem police detectives in San Diego, California.
What's up with y'all?
Attending college, Christopher held a job at a veterinary clinic. He reported some of this electronic equipment to burglaries.
Yep. There's a fourth person. I can't understand your comment. It's
Axe murder pulled the home.
looks like it's like
Jonathan and Christopher
German.
closed their respective eBay accounts because
if
they
it'll
had
let me
similar
translate
addresses.
it.
Thus, many customers who had paid for the orders they received goods.
That's strange. I've never had
Possibly
every
wanted
comment
God
be a
for
language I can't
Chris
understand,
resorted
so
to
I wonder why it's
lies
doing
and
that.
deceit.
I mean, that's fine. That's cool. I'm fine with that. I just don't remember another time that it's been like that where every single person was from another country.
All these serve as a foreshadowing of a more sinister scheme the Porco family's black sheep is plotting to bail himself out of his financial woes. Authorities believe that Christopher had his eyes set on his parents' $1 million life insurance payout. So, what was the boy's way out? He was a fireman. The times were different in the 70s. Sure, it was the decade of peace and love, but countless serial killers also roamed the streets, taking advantage of those happy times and hunting their prey with ease. These are 4 terrifying killers from the 1970s. Number 4, Gennady Makasevic. Russian Gennady Makasevic isn't your typical serial killer because for much of his life, he was
Can't
relatively
find my Xbox controller. I don't know if my son got it or what.
On May 14th, 1971,
I want to play my damn Xbox, but I don't know where the controller's at. I know that I had one down here and he got like 2 or 3 upstairs. I'm guessing that he might be, well, he let me use one of his one time actually, so I don't know.
They didn't fall in love and live
Where
happily
am I
ever after,
at?
though. Instead, to vent his anger and frustration, he killed the girl by strangling her, and that was just the beginning.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start a new live, y'all, because I'm trying to figure out why it ain't letting me, or, well, there's somebody I know right there. Shay, what's up? For the last, look, I was trying to figure out why all the comments from 1, 2, 3, 4 people, the only other 4 people, I couldn't read their language, so it was making me wonder if it put my live session into like another algorithm from other countries or something. But then you popped up, so I don't know.
1985, Gennady escalated his rage by killing 12 women in that year alone. He never stocked one type of murder weapon either. And in fact,
I'm just chilling. I'm thinking about working out. I'm trying to motivate myself because I'm just feeling lazy anymore. That's why I gotta do it for real.
Victims of their money and valuable items, sometimes even giving those as a gift to his wife. In retaliation for the expanding crime spree, he's tightened the use of super killing. Realizing this, Gennady decided to leave investigators anonymous letters in the newspaper.
That fucking light.
Belonged to an imaginary underground group who called themselves the Patriots of the Nets. The letter contained a call for fellow members to continue their killings of communists. It had left a similar note for another victim. Police noticed this and decided to examine
Like some
handwriting
push-ups, pull-ups. I mean, push-ups and curls, just a little bit. I'm not even really making this like a real workout. Just something that I can like motivate myself every day.
December 1985, he was finally arrested. He confessed and was executed 2 years later. His case became controversial, not just for his crimes, but because it showed how active and corrupt the police were. Apparently, prior to his arrest, 14 people were arrested and convicted for crimes they had not yet committed because they were tortured and forced to confess. Number 3, Dean Cole. Known as the Candyman of Hollywood, Dean
This is only 60 pounds. That's better than nothing for now.
One of the first he befriended was then 12-year-old David Brooks, who became a constant companion to Dean, looking up to him as a father figure. By 1969,
Do some little shit to get my blood going.
Dean would give Brooks gifts and money in exchange.
Some push-ups and some
Dean killed his
curls.
first known victim, 18-year-old Jeffrey Conan. It's believed the killer offered him a ride while he was hitchhiking, and he accepted. Brooks soon caught Dean assaulting 2 teenage boys, so Dean offered to give him a car in exchange for his silence, and he accepted. He was then offered $200 for every single person that he could lure to Dean's apartment. With the promise of partying and drugs, Brooks brought in and assisted in killing 9 boys in 1971 alone. All the boys invited into Cole's apartment were given drugs or booze, then attacked and strapped to a torture device, where they were electrocuted, raped, sadistically tortured before being killed. Soon, 15-year-old Elmer Henley
You're
joined
good.
to bring in more boys.
You're alright, Shay. Go ahead.
Henley was supposed to be the victim, but Cole decided he would make a good accomplice instead.
I'm just doing
He was also paid $200 for
some half-assed little workout. 10 sets of 10 with the 60-pound curl, and then I'm gonna do sets of 25 on the push-up.
On August 7, 1973, Henley brought Timothy Curley as an intended victim to the apartment. They were getting drunk and then left to grab a sandwich before returning to the home. Henley dropped by Rhonda Williams' house. Rhonda had just been beaten by her father and wanted to leave. The trio went to Dean's place, and when he saw that there was a girl, he lashed out at Henley, telling him he ruined everything. Henley explained Rhonda's situation, and eventually Dean did calm down. He then offered the 3 beers and weed, and after that they all passed out. When Henley woke up, he was handcuffed and his legs were bound. He saw Timothy and
I'm gonna
Rhonda
go
were
watch
also
my-
bound and gagged.
I'm gonna go watch Chad Marks' channel, Urban Crime Chronicles.
If your car is less than $50,000 and you make less than $35,000 a year,
I'm gonna go to the limit. There's a lot of niggas acting like they got this too extra. I'm rather you niggas try to take something of mine that's so more valuable than you think than take my too extra. If I catch a nigga outside with my shit and I ain't give it to y'all nigga, everybody getting shot. The whole block. So if it's a block that's pulling this too extra and they not coming through me.
Two gunmen are caught on video shooting up a recording studio in Staten Island.
Fucking whole room down here. Fucking knocking shit over.
As you can see, the deadly
Make more
shooting
room down
happened
here.
last night on Van Duzer Street in the Grimes Hill section. The 2 men were led in the studio after ringing the bell. They fired several shots, hitting 23-year-old Jagade Chauncey in the back. He was rushed to the hospital but died later of his wounds. So far, no arrests have been made.
I'm gonna just do these 4 sets and wait like an hour. Do 4 more.
John Penny, aka
That'll be
Tragic,
100 push-ups
helps
and
steal his own
40
victim.
curls just for
Penny is
now.
crimes from his cell in East Brooklyn. He would do as many rappers have done as of late. He would write a rap about the murder. Federal prosecutors would use those lyrics to help put his life would tell the jury, we don't have to tell you what tragedy did. He would tell you himself. In 2021, it didn't look so bad. The feds had simply grabbed the Gorilla Stone blood leader for being a felon in possession of a firearm. In his own mind, he falsely believed that there was no evidence against him for the 2 murders that he had committed. The 357 charge was not as serious as what was about to come, but the feds had been plotting and had bigger things to do and bigger plans for the rapper and the Gorilla Stone Mafia blood leader.
I figured if I start
On March 10,
doing something every day and work my way up to what I used to do,
once called himself tragedy.
it would be
He'll be
different.
charged with murder and aid or racketeering.
So if I do 4 sets now and 4 sets later, that's 200 push-ups and 80 curls with a 60-pound ball. Better than nothing. I ain't been working out for shit.
In the 2000s, certain individual sets of the Bloods began operating on the East Coast, including in the city that never sleeps. In the beginning,
Yeah, that's cool, Chef. Well, remember, you're on our Facebook. I thought,
the feds and tragedies case would outline the indictment. The Gorilla Stone's purposes were to promote enhanced prestige, reputation, and position of the enterprise with respect to rival criminal organizations, and that they were to protect their power, territory, criminal values, as an enterprise to intimidate.
for real, if you want to do that, I don't even care. If you want to call or FaceTime, I don't care, on Facebook. I don't do that with everybody. I've actually ignored some people before who have asked us to do that, but me and Monique know you've been on here for a while, you know, talking to us and whatnot, so I guess, yeah, I'll be cool with that. I don't really do the email thing that much, but use Facebook, TikTok, and this.
On the New York City area as one of the leaders of the Gorilla Stone Mafia. Violence had become a part of his life. Staten Island has seen its fair share of violence, and tragedy was here among his. Tragedy would run the public housing development, stabling houses on the island. New Brighton had become a place where young people rented out. Frederick Black was killed while paying his respects at a memorial on Jersey Street, between Crescent Avenue and Carlisle Street. Black lived a couple blocks away on Jersey Street in the Richmond Terrace houses. Tyler Cameron, 26, he too would become a victim of the system when he would plead not guilty at his arraignment in connection with the death of Black. On March 4th, Kenton Smith, 43 of New Brighton, he too would find himself shot to death while walking on Bay Street in Tompkins.
Find himself shot to death.
Chancey,
That's
23,
fucking shitty.
a stabled and resident known among friends and colleagues in the local music industry as Panda, he too would be hit with bullets and killed at a recording studio. Lateef Dudley, a young father at 26 years old, was determined to make up for the time he had missed with his then 2-year-old son after a prison stint. He would be shot and killed in late February in Stapleton. The streets, whether in Staten Island or in the city, are always dangerous because of their own place. Beef in the streets always ends bad. Mark Bahandas will feel the wrath of tragedy in an North Shore neighborhood during a memorial for another dude he was once part of that life. The memorial was for Avante Brock, former Gorilla Stone Mafia member, who was murdered around 1 year earlier in another gangland shooting outside a local bodega. On March 10, 2021, Mark would feel 18 shots hit him, the lead burning deep as he fell to the ground slumping. Some of the shots would hit him in his chest, his right leg, both arms and hands. There was nothing he could do but look at the stars at 2 a.m., saying goodbye to New York City for forever. His young life in the streets had claimed him at 26 years old. The government alleges he was once a hoodlum, but became a former Gorilla Stone Mafia member. Tragedy was out of the The streets of gang life marked nothing, but took everything. Tragedy was just at night, stay on the run for months. None of it
Do one more little set.
and the slaying of the dude he once called one of his homies. Now his eye, no longer, as he was extinguished. Cops would have surveillance video footage of tragedy encountering Mark. Photos of him wearing similar clothes and carrying the firearm hours earlier, and police testimony identifying him in the footage. A video posted on Facebook Live during the late night hours of March 9, 2021, and or the early morning hours of March 10, 2021, showed Tragedy carrying a gun in his waistband, the murder weapon. The feds had what they needed, and Tragedy gave it to them. With murder on his mind and
I'm
sealing
gonna
his
go back
fate,
to doing this
he
every
would
day
resurface on the island on June 22nd.
until I
This
get bigger
time,
again. It'll
his
take
op was
about
over a chick. It was Francisco
30
Gonzalez who
days
would feel
to
the
start
wrath of
seeing
Tragedy's
results.
gun. The father of three would breathe new
Because I quit working out.
With just
I used
over
to
a month
be
of
way
being free
bigger.
from the feds for drugs and bullets,
Matter of
he too
fact,
would
I'm
lose his
about to
life.
show you
Tragedy
something.
would force his way into an apartment on
This
Stanley
shit's
Avenue
crazy right
in New
here.
Brighton at 2:30 a.m. and stand over his prey as he slept, shooting him in the head as he lay next to his girlfriend, Jada McCombs. She would later take the stand in federal court as a witness for the prosecution in the case against the man at 2:30 a.m. and stand over his prey as he slept, shooting him in the head as he lay next to his girlfriend, Jada McCombs. She would later take the stand in federal court as a witness for the prosecution in the case against the man she claimed killed Gonzalez. Her former boyfriend, Tragedy, John Pena, now 33, the alleged Staten Island-based leader of the Bloods, subgroup the Gorilla Stone Mafia. Again, he would be caught on video surveillance breaking into the front door of Gonzalez's home.
Sometimes words just aren't enough. Wait, let me explain this better. It's a bit tricky without a visual. Let's say you're trying to explain something complex in Confluence, like a system architecture or a workflow. Sure, you could write it out, but wouldn't it be clearer with the visual? For example, I want to explain a UML class diagram, something that includes the system classes, signals, artifacts, and other objects. But I want to create that in Confluence. That's where Dryo comes in. It's the #1 most downloaded app in the Atlassian marketplace for native diagramming in Confluence. With an easy-to-use interface, you can create anything. Choose a template from our extensive template library, or start.
My photo album from jail.
Not long after Tragedy Francisco was
Should be
slain,
right here.
the feds would track him down and take him to the federal building.
Your ass, man.
Tragedy was still wearing the same clothes as that in the video surveillance when he kicked the door in. He would be booked, and the feds kept gathering evidence. They would seek a warrant to search his cell at the MDC facility in Brooklyn. While in Brooklyn, one of the Gorilla Stone members wanted out of jail, and that person was Tragedy's homie, his cellmate. The cellmates always did you. That homie would reach out to the feds and tell them he had information that would help them with Tragedy. Tragedy had showed him the GSM code of conduct in the defendant's own handwriting. Tragedy would direct the homie to transcribe the document, as well as another document that included Gorilla Stone Mafia code words. He would also show him rap lyrics and a song that Tragedy put together about the murders of Mark and Mr. Gonzalez. When Tragedy left the cell, he would copy the lyrics down in secret so that he could send them to the police while looking for help on his own charges.
Damn.
He would tell the police that
Fucked up
Tragedy
snitching and
kept the
shit.
papers, personal effects, and photographs in his cell. He had one clear bag for rap songs and another with photographs of himself and other Gorilla Stone Mafia members. That's all he had now. He would also tell the cops that Tragedy had a cell phone and would post on his social media from that phone. His homie was also his co-defendant on the case. But when shit got real, he needed a way out, and his way out was Tragedy. Cops would get a warrant to search Tragedy's cell in MDC Brooklyn off of his homie's information. And there they would find what they came to get. Again, Tragedy had given the feds more evidence. He would take responsibility for the murders of Mark and Gonzalez with his lyrics such as, "Cuz I turn all my ops into ghosts. Francisco, I mix them, and Mark, I gotta chill. They don't know lately how I feel. Like the Reaper, if I spot him, I'm snatching his soul." Pena also wrote about killing Gonzalez, including, "Left his brains on them sheets, man. What was he thinking?" Referring to the fact that he had shot Gonzalez in the head while Gonzalez was asleep in bed. There was nothing left but the crime, and now Tragedy, too, was left to cry. While at MDC Brooklyn, his father, Mr. Pena Sr., would meet his own Reaper. He was murdered on November 28, 2022, and the judge told him he couldn't go to the meeting. 29-year-old Deron Miller would be arrested for killing Tragedy's 53-year-old father. Police would say he was the intended target when Deron and another man was loose. Later on, Deron would plead out to gun possession in exchange for a 5-year sentence in the murder of Pena Sr. But Tragedy himself would not be so lucky. He would go to trial in the federal courtroom in Brooklyn for the killings, drug possession, and weapons. The government would highlight his status as a gang member. They would tell the jury about his violent streaks and how he wanted people to fear him. Tragedy, they would say, was consumed by seeking revenge against rivals and maintaining his leadership position in the guerrilla style mafia.
I'm gonna get back on here later,
Any
y'all.
means necessary, including putting people to sleep that violate